What is going on, everyone? Nico Lynn's here again with the beautiful wife Meli, of course, in Treasure Cay. And today we are doing a little adventure on the beautiful 23 Albury over here because the weather today is absolutely immaculate. The wind forecast for the day is literally like 0 to 2 knots for the entire day. And as you can see, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's gonna be a stunning day, and so we're spending all day on the boat. Y'all are coming along. Let's go ahead and get this boat off the lift, and I'll explain a little bit more on the way to where we're going. Oof, all right, so we made it off the lift, and as I just mentioned, and as you can see, the weather is absolutely beautiful. What do you think of the weather?
It's perfect. We're so excited about today.
Yeah, it's gonna be an absolute banger every day. And so first stop, right now is 9:20. First stop, we're gonna go run over to Green Turtle and grab some breakfast there because the breakfast is amazing. And we were literally looking for things to do to take advantage of this beautiful weather. So we're gonna go run over there. And then after that, I think we're gonna go run by the, out of this world stunning sandbar we found the other day. And so if you didn't watch that video, you're gonna absolutely love seeing it in this video. And then we have a whole day planned and you guys are really gonna enjoy it. So let's go ahead, get on out of the canal, and get to Green Turtle. Should be an absolutely banger every day. Y'all are gonna enjoy it. Stick around. Woof, all right, let's boogie. Holy bejesus, look at this day! This might be one of the nicest days I've ever had on the water. If it stays like this, we are in for a treat. The beautiful windward beach here at Treasure Cay. Wow! I am excited. What do we think?
I mean, look at that. It looks like a bear.
This is amazing. Crazy. We are in probably 7 feet of water right now, but because of how flat and calm it is, it looks like we're in like 2 feet of water. Look at this. Oh, sick. That ride was absolute perfection. Glass calm seas, clear water. Those are the days that us boaters look forward to, but we made it to Green Turtle. We're here in White Sound. You can see the Bluff House over there, the Green Turtle Club over there, all the rental houses and everything. And so we're heading to the Green Turtle Club to grab some breakfast there. So let's get docked up and let's go get some food. All right, we got all docked up. There's the boat. There's the restaurant. And we're gonna go see if they're open for breakfast. What do you think?
I don't think they're open.
If not, they just opened a new coffee shop. So we'll go there instead if not. All right, they were open. What'd you get?
They're French toast.
Ooh, and I got the Eggs Benedict. And the breakfast here, I've had it. Meli has not. It's very, very good, so we're excited. Oof, look at that food. What do you think?
Excited.
Breakfast was absolutely delicious. What do you think, Meli?
A 10 out of 10. It was so good.
Absolutely. And here at Green Turtle, they actually recently opened a new little coffee shop market called the Johnnie Cake Market. So we're going to go over there and see what that's all about real quick. Green Turtle now, and really quick before we get going, I do want to say that that new market I just showed you guys, the Johnnie Cake Market, well worth your time to go check that place out. It is awesome. It's got pretty much everything you'd expect out of, you know, a major American coffee shop. Really cool atmosphere. We didn't get any of the food or coffee because we just got breakfast at the club there, but we'll definitely be coming back here to try that place out. But the weather is absolutely perfect. We're not wasting any time today. It is currently 11 a.m. and so we're gonna get going and head up north to Powell Cay, to that beautiful little sandbar that we found the other day. I think the name of the island was Soldier Cay, so let's get going. I just stopped the boat to land the drone because the battery is running out, and I know y'all can see these views in the drone camera, but please just look at this. We're in, how deep of water does it say we're in right now?
12.
So account for 1.5 feet of boat draft. We're in, you know, 13 to 14 feet of water. I can see straight down to the bottom. It's still a little bit murky because it has been blowing for the last couple days, but holy bejeezers. I'm not quite sure life or boating in general can get much better than this day. Oh my God. Woof. I am, if y'all can't tell, I'm absolutely on cloud 9 right now, but enough of me interrupting the trip. Let's get up north. All right, I just had to stop again to show you guys something. That's Manjack, that's Powell, that's Ambergris. Look at this water clarity. We're sitting in about 25 feet of water, and you can see every single ripple on the bottom. That is unreal. And again, 25 feet of water. This is, like I said, this is one of the nicer days out on a boat I have ever had in my life. Look at that. What do you think, baby?
This is insane.
It is, and I do really quick want to give a shout out to the 23 Albury. You know, yes, this is a little 23-foot boat, but it's an absolute tank of a boat. I'm on different boats every day for my job and the way I live my life. And in the sub, you know, 20, you know, in this 23-foot class, there's not a better built boat out there, and there's not a better riding boat out there. You know, if you want a hardcore offshore fishing boat, yes, it's probably not the boat for you. But if you just want a comfortable boat to, you know, put around and island hop and whatever, the 23 Albury is the move. There is not a better boat out there. And there was also not another boat, 23-foot boat, that I would want to run on these super long trips that Meli and I do over here. You know, today we're probably going to be 60-ish miles round trip and going to be doing it extremely comfortable on this boat. Obviously, you know, it is a, you know, one of the nicer days I've ever seen in my life, but still, Albury, you're doing something right. You make an awesome boat. All right, so we're almost there. That's Powell, and this is Ambergris, which is, in my opinion, probably the single prettiest island in the entire Abacos. Just look at how many coconut trees there are. There's gotta be thousands of them. It's unreal, and I did learn that island is for sale. But to get to the sandbar we're going to, you have to come in from the ocean side. So we're gonna go out into the ocean in between Ambergris and Bonefish, which is our island up there, and then come in from the ocean side to get to the sandbar, and you guys are in for a treat. It is going to be so nice with this weather. Just wait. We're in the ocean side. There's the islands. That's open ocean. Look at this. We are in 22 feet of water, still looking at the bottom, and the sandbar we'll go into is over there. Looks like there's another boat there, so we're not gonna have the whole place to ourselves, but oh well, I guess we can't be too picky. So when we get up here, we're gonna work our way inside. There's pretty deep cuts in there, it's pretty easy. I'm gonna get the drone out so y'all can see exactly what we're doing. just look at this water and the sandbar. Woo, that is the sandbar. And that is Soldier Cay. Absolutely one of the hidden gems of the Abacos.
It's always sunny where you are from. I know. It's no wonder you're so bright and sure. I'll take you away to where the sun shines. So bright, you can stare at the stars at night. You can tell me
Want to go explore? All right, let's go up to the island and explore this place a little bit because holy bejeezers, this, you know, one of the most beautiful sandbars I've seen in my life. All right, we made it onto the sandbar, and real quick before we get exploring, take a minute to appreciate how absolutely stunning the old Albury Brothers is. Woo, just an absolute unit of a boat. We just got it freshly detailed, and so that whole side is shining. Look at that thing in the clear water. All right, I know I'm in love with boats, but let's go explore a little bit. What do you think of the boat? What do you think of this place? Woo! Look at you, baby. This place is unfreaking real. Look at this. It's this tiny little island where you get kind of the ocean swell coming in from both sides. So you get this sandbar in the middle where the swell meets, and it just goes way out there because this is pushing sand that way and this is pushing sand that way. Just, oh my God, such an absolutely unreal place.
So bright, you can stare at the stars at night. You can tell me anything you like.
Clearly some people have been coming here to clean conch because there is an entire conch graveyard over there, which for those of y'all who have never been over here to the Bahamas, you know, you can catch queen conch here. And so they go out, catch a bunch of conch, make conch salad, and then usually just end up throwing the shells in a pile like that. And so I always say it's like a conch graveyard. So there is a well-established conch graveyard there. Look at that beautiful boat. I am in love. Meli, she's over there looking for a good conch shell to bring back to the condo, one that's been cleaned and everything and sun bleached. I'm gonna go to the beach side over here to see what the view looks like over there. Oh my gosh. Oh, what? Oh my gosh. This place is unreal. This might be the nicest single sandbar I've ever seen in the Abacos, and I've spent, you know, much of my life here. Or I guess when I wasn't, you know. So I'm not Bahamian by any stretch. I am American, but growing up, this was always my family's second home. So spent a lot of time here, moral of the story, and never seen a sandbar like this. This is absolutely unreal. And I know I sound very fake excited right now and, you know, like a kid in a candy store, but I love exploring and finding, you know, secluded little places like this. Like, look at this. Our boat's just on the other side of the dune over there. You can come here and have your, you know, beautiful private little ocean beach. There's a bunch of rocks in the water out here. So I'm sure when the water's warmer, I'm not getting in when it's cold like this, you could go out and catch a bunch of lobster and grill them up on the island. Just absolutely unreal. Baby, what you think? It's
beautiful.
This is cool. This is really cool. And it's really not a far run from Treasure. From Treasure, it's probably 40 to 45 minutes. And the Albury and the Bahama, woof, probably half an hour max. You know, because I can cruise 40 plus knots. But this is definitely going to get added to the regular list of places that we go. All right, I'm at the more northern side of the island over here. That's Powell. That's Meli over there. And they have this like cutout, like a hole in the rock here. Almost like the one that used to be down by Hole in the Wall that collapsed. This one's just a lot smaller and a lot closer to the water. But pretty cool watching the waves come through there. And on this beach, you know, the water, because it's, you know, open to the ocean and stuff washes up here, I bet there's some cool treasures buried in the sand along here. And so, a little bit of backstory, not gonna bore you guys with this, but my grandmother, she loved beachcombing, so much so that my grandparents custom built a big 62 Nordhaven to get to these far out places so she could go beachcomb and look for the Japanese glass floats. And so she's found over 100 of them, and so, which I believe has to be one of the largest collections of Atlantic Ocean found Japanese glass floats. In the Pacific, they find them all the time. Atlantic, not so much. So pretty cool that she found so many. But she would love to come, you know, see this island and explore, you know, in the dunes and do some digging around to see what you can find in there. All right, so right as I was talking about the beachcombing and the stuff that washes up here, I found this. And it looks just like a regular case of waters. You know, the plastic is still intact. However, all of these bottles are empty, which is very strange. None of them are open. You know, they're still sealed off at the top, but very, very strange. And if you look at the bottles here, they're all in Japanese. So that is definitely something really, really weird. A unopened case of empty water bottles, all with Japanese writing on them. Interesting, the stuff you find. So looking around a little bit more, this is something else that's really, really cool that I found. So you guys come around the Bahamas, obviously, you know, you see coconut trees everywhere. Most people don't know coconut trees are not native to the Bahamas, they're not native to the Caribbean, they're native to the Pacific Islands. All of them have been imported, and so a lot of times the little tiny deserted islands like this, they don't have coconut trees because no one brought them here, and coconuts are not native to this area. And so occasionally though, a coconut will wash ashore and sprout. And so look at this. There is a coconut tree growing here that clearly at some point washed ashore, got buried with the sand, and started growing. And it's the only even remote type of palm tree on this entire island. Just this one coconut tree, so pretty freaking cool. You know, it's crazy how Mother Nature works like that. How a coconut can come from God knows where in the ocean, wash ashore, and then just start growing a tree. You know, the leaves don't look too healthy, so I don't know how long it's gonna last, but pretty awesome. All right, so back on the sandbar side of the island. You guys have seen it a bunch, but let me give you just one more beautiful look at this view. Whew. I think I'm gonna put this camera up for a little bit. I'm gonna grab my phone to send some pictures of my parents because they would love to see this. And then we're gonna hang out for a little bit and I'll pick it up with you guys and so you can hang with us. And apparently, this island is also a hotbed for hermit crabs. Look at this.
So many.
There's one there. Meli's picking up one. There's that big one crawling over there. There's two right here. Man, it's nature. You know, when you come to the Bahamas and get away from all the touristy stuff and all of the resorts and actually go out and explore, you know, the natural Bahamas and the wildlife and the fauna and the flora and all that stuff. It's such an awesome, unique place. Very few people ever get to experience something like this. So if you're watching this and you are able to experience something like this, do yourself a favor and get away from all the resorts and all that stuff and come explore the actual, you know, native wild parts of where you are. The stuff you find is unreal. And even more beach finds. This is something I sadly can't take because I believe it's illegal to take. But look at this piece of dead bleached brain coral. And it's literally the perfect size to be a fixture for something.
Oh, there's another one here.
That is unreal. And sadly, again, it's illegal to take coral, so I can't take it. But if I was allowed to, you know, these would be staples. This is really, really cool. And if you look scattered through all of these, you know, the conch cemetery, there's quite a few pieces of coral. So really, really awesome stuff. And one last thing, as we're sitting here looking at the hermit crabs and the coral, just look at the views from this spot. The beautiful Albury just chilling. Nothing but white sand and blue water. Just immaculate vibes. We just hung out, had a good time around here, explored the island a little bit. And I've talked about this in a couple of my other videos, how It is our dream to have a private island here in the Abacos somewhere. One day we're like, we can go spend a week here, but because we have the place at Treasure, we can always go back to Treasure to get the social scene. Soldier Cay, I have no clue. I have a feeling it's owned by the government, aka Crown Lands, but I would buy this island. This place is sweet. It's tiny, really tiny, which I actually kind of like, but you have the inside bay side, which is a little bit protected. You could very easily build a dock to put the boats out there, you know, whether it be on this side or on this side over here. You have this beautiful sandbar. The island's definitely big enough to build a house, and then I would plant probably 3 million coconut palm trees to make it look like Fiji, but I want to buy this island. This place is awesome, very awesome. But the problem with that is I also only have $3, so gotta make some more money first, don't we, Meli? All right, we're gonna get back to the boat. I may get the drone out to get a little more drone footage, but this has been an awesome afternoon. But sadly, this time of year, the winter time, you know, today is January 13th. Sunsets fairly early. You know, it's 1 o'clock now. Sunsets, I think, at 5:30. And so we are meeting some friends at Pineapples on Green Turtle earlier. So sadly, we can't hang out here all day, but this place has been unreal. All right, we got the anchor all put away, and this little bay is just insane. One last look. I mean, we're pretty far from the island. The island's over there. And just look at this. Nothing but sandy bottom. Where you can see every ripple of sand because of how calm it is today. You can see, I can see another sandbar over there where the waves are breaking. Man, just an awesome place. And I hate posting about this because I know people are gonna start coming here and it's not gonna be kind of our hidden gem anymore. But I make these videos for you guys, and I make these videos to bring attention to the Abacos, to try to encourage people to come here and spend money and help the local economy. So sucks that I have to ruin Meli and I's little private spot, but now you guys know of an absolutely insane place to go that it's far enough away where I don't ever think it'll be really crowded, but just an awesome, awesome spot. But all right, let's get offshore and let's start heading to Green Turtle. The reef out here looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at all this life. Sadly, the water's cold and I don't have a diving buddy, and I'm not gonna go diving solo. But this reef up here is gorgeous. I've never dove in up here. We always go south or off the backside of Guana. But this reef looks a whole lot better than the reef there. Just insane. I could dip the camera in the water, but then I'm gonna get water in the microphone and I'm gonna sound weird, but this is a beautiful reef. I will definitely be coming back here. And Meli and I actually passed a giant school of fish just sitting on a bunch of little yellowtails sitting on the surface, so that was pretty cool. If we had a rod, Meli and I would be eating well tonight, but absolutely stunning reef out here. We made it over here to Green Turtle. How was the run?
It was perfect.
Oh,
it was beautiful.
Gorgeous. I mean, this day literally just keeps getting nicer and nicer and nicer. Absolutely unreal. But we made it to Green Turtle. That is Pineapples right there. That's the Pineapples dock. And so we're gonna get tied up here, and we haven't eaten since lunch, as you guys have seen. Since breakfast, that's what I meant. And so we're actually gonna get some food here and then hang around, and then we have some friends who have a house on Manawar, but they're over on Green Turtle today, so they're gonna come meet us over here for a drink. So it should be a super nice afternoon. Of course, y'all are coming with us, so let's get this thing docked up and make it up to Pineapple. While I wait for this guy's wig to get by us, over the past little bit, Meli has been becoming damn good at getting our lines done. She's got the bow line ready, she's got our spring lines ready, she's got our stern line ready. Props to you.
I'm professional.
Oh yeah, next up, she's just gotta learn how to drive the boat, so. You ready for that?
Yes.
Which we're actually gonna make a series on. We're gonna make one video teaching her to drive a boat, and then the next of the series is teaching her to drive the big boat, the Bahamas. You ready for that?
Not yet, not quite yet.
It'll be a fun time, and I think it will be fun for y'all to watch. last look at the beautiful Albury. I am obsessed with that boat. All right, Meli, what do you see?
Starfish.
Donde?
A big one.
Oh wow, that is a big one. Look at that thing. Hugging the piling.
Wow.
Fat and juicy one. She's been eating well. Oh, and look at that. You got a visitor pulling through. A little nurse shark. Look at that. We are seeing all kinds of wildlife today.
These are the ones that can bite?
Yeah, they're nurse sharks. They don't really harm you much. The bottom
Much?
feeders. Are you scared of sharks, Meli?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice little nurse shark. Cheers. Ooh, how's it look?
Very good.
Sir.
What up?
There we go. On the tube.
We made it. What are y'all doing? We're getting a fist.
There we go. Cheers. Let's see how this is.
Oh god.
Wow, that was good. Yeah, that was good.
Not terrible.
What's in this?
I think I got AIDS.
20, that wasn't bad. It kind of seemed healthy.
How was pineapples?
It was fun.
Yeah, cheers.
Yes, thanks. Cheers.
They're awesome.
Are we confident to get home safely?
Yes. I'm driving. She's driving.
Oh yeah?
No.
All right, leaving pineapples now. Had an absolutely amazing time visiting with some friends we haven't seen in a while. Meli, what'd you think?
We had a great time. Now it's time to go home.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal time, but as you can see, the sun is going down here. We probably have a good 40-ish minutes of sunlight left. It's 5:05 right now, and I think the sun sets around 5:40, and then last light's probably around 6. So we have a little bit of time. Not exactly crunch for time, but should be an absolutely stunning ride home. As you can see, there is still literally not a breath of wind. The sun is setting. Should be an awesome, awesome time. Woo! Ready? Ready to party?
Yeah.
So on the way back home, we decided to stop on the backside creek of Treasure. I don't know the name of the creek. I probably should, but it's the one that runs all the way back to Sunset Pizza. Look at this freaking sunset. Oh my God. Of course, look at the beautiful wife. Just absolutely unreal. You know, days like this, from literally start to finish, we've had less than 3 miles per hour of wind all day. Absolutely mirror seas, you know, glass, no ripples at all except for a couple little pockets of wind here and there like we're seeing right now. Just overall an absolutely stunning freaking day. These are the days, one, as boaters that we live for, and two, as a couple, Meli and I, what we live for, you know. I've grown up in boating, as you guys know. Meli not so much, but she's taken to it extremely well. And so as a couple, these are the days that we look for, you know, big time, to spend quality time together, enjoy these days together, enjoy these times together, and hopefully in a couple of years down the road be telling our kids about these times. What do we think about that?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Do you want kids, Meli? 4. Hell yeah. Me too. We've talked about this, obviously, we're married. You know, we both want about 4 kids. So, you know, we're hoping that these days, the perfect days, the fun times spent together, these are times that we'll be telling our 4 kids about, you know, in the future. And obviously me, oh, not obviously, but I want sons. I'm one of 4 boys, and I loved that life growing up. So I want the same for my kids. But Meli, do you want sons or daughters? Both. Okay, Meli wants a mix of both. But moral of the story, that days like these don't...
3 sisters.
3 sisters? You want 3 daughters?
I want 3 sisters.
Oh yes, Meli is one of 3 sisters, and she of course loved growing up with sisters. So she wants daughters, of course, or a mix of both. I want sons, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Whatever we have, we have. But the point of all this is to say that, you know, these days like this, you know, they're easy to pass up and just kind of enjoy without really thinking about it. But make the best of the days that you're given. You know, days like this are few and far between, and so these are days that we, both Meli and I, really strive to make the best of, and hopefully be able to tell stories to our kids of, oh, we did this day, we used to do all this stuff, you know, those kind of stories. So those are my words of advice for today. Enjoy every single moment that you're given, especially ones that are like this, where you only get a couple days like this in a year. So times like that where they're few and far between and they're very easy to overlook. When God gifts you those times, enjoy them, and enjoy them with people you love. So hopefully in the future you can pass on those experiences to others. Look at me getting sentimental. Hell yeah. All right, I don't know if y'all can see me, but we made it to the boat lift here. There's Meli waiting in the golf cart. Yeah, I think it's way too dark for y'all to see. Maybe a silhouette of a boat. I think Meli's putting the headlights towards us so y'all can see a little bit better, but we'll get in the boat on the lift. It's been a long freaking day, so let's get back to the condo. That's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. We had a great time filming this video. You know, saw tons of cool wildlife, nature, the water, the sandbars, everything. Just an amazing day. You know, just wanna quickly remind you guys to please subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content. Like the video, comment down below what you guys wanna see in the next video, and I'll see you in the next one.